Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. If you want to know how to get back your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, click the link below.
My marriage is breaking down. Can it survive? I have been wed virtually 7 years in a couple of weeks and also a total amount of regarding 12 years together. At around 3 years into our marital relationship, I felt like our marital relationship began to decline as well as we honestly had a lot of interaction issues. My partner saw the cheating of his mommy and also he appears to really battle with a lot of his emotions as well as I expected concerns that along with my injury that I had seeing my father disappoint up lots of nights till the sunlight was up and also I observed my mommy cry constantly because of him. Safe to claim we both have injuries from our childhood. One day after a debate, I begged him to go to a barbecue with me and he didn't, so I went alone due to the fact that it was family and friends. That night I consumed alcohol as well as ended up investing the night with a mutual friend of my family members whom previous to my connection had actually once shared rate of interest, yet we were never anything. We really did not sleep together, but we invested the entire night speaking, in which he revealed desire to be with me as well as we kissed. I was in a very excruciating area in our marital relationship, yet I regret that decision entire-heartedly. I ended up injuring both my hubby and a good friend. I returned after that evening as well as I told my husband I desired a separation, that I felt unloved, and I confessed whatever that happened the evening before. We quickly separated, yet my partner was very persistent that he wanted me to come back as well as he showed me a great deal of whom I had actually originally fell in love with and we came back together. Fast forward a few years later on, I started having lots of problems with him, just not connecting and bringing up what had occurred all the time. I would love to add that throughout our marriage before and after the year we virtually divorced, he had issues suching as well as commenting on other women's posts. When we started having troubles again, I learned he has been having conversations with someone that I had actually thought about a friend, as well as evidently lots of flirtation, and also when faced with it he claimed they were just good friends as well as it was absolutely nothing more. I talked with her as well as she claimed that although there had actually been some flirtation, there was never anything more or sex related in between them. I believed alright, well possibly we can move past it, and also we did. Currently, regarding 2 weeks back, I discovered a ton of pornography on our shared computer system which apparently he had connected to his phone and also hadn't removed, and then I located nudes of his. He refuted them being sent out to anyone, that he simply took them as well as erased them quickly. They remained in his deleted folder. However, I of course have count on concerns and also honestly a gut feeling it is untrue. I guess rationale of informing you guys this tale is if there is intent to ever recover from all the pain we've both triggered each other, or is it just better to consider it a loss as well as carry on. Although we triggered each other discomfort, there is a lot of love. However, I assume now we both have a great deal of recovery to do, and also IDK if it will certainly be feasible to do it together or apart. Below are the best comments, advices that I gathered for this remarkable tale. Your article about him seeing his mommy as being the one to devote cheating. And then you go off and you kiss somebody. I had my ex-spouse rip off on me with 3 various guys. She ultimately left me for that third guy. Yet every time that she did something it made me dislike her even more. However, I took her back for stability. I'm going to tell you now it's most likely not going to function, cause he's going to have concerns of assuming you're ripping off on them at all times. My ballot, divorce. My initial idea after reviewing your message was, do you understand the amount of bees wish their partner only kissed the app? Then I recognized we're just getting a part of the total image of what went on at app's location. Put on your own in any kind of other half's area, paying attention to their wife's story of obtaining so drunk that rather than asking a person at the barbecue for a trip or calling your spouse for a pickup, that's what we do. Or calling an Uber, you spend the night at another guy's home, somebody you knew shared sensations for you in the past. This feels conscious. You were so very drunk you were able to speak all night, and also at some point, you kissed him. You likewise expect him, us, to believe that's as for it went. Expanded people do not simply kiss when there is chance. Then to top it off you get back as well as ask for a separation. Must have been some effective, intoxicated conversation, that trigger an overnight emotional bonding. Don't you just despise trickle facts? I don't pardon what your other half did either with nudities or his flirtations with your close friend, once more grown individuals. But I submit to you that any kind of succeeding activity on his component may have been revenge related, maybe. Can your marriage make it through? If you both are honest with one another, as well as look for IC first, after that after some progression may help. This seems actually toxic. You both do not fulfill each other's demands and cheat, deeply harming the other at the same time. What is the factor of staying together, seriously? You can like a person and also know you aren't ideal with each other. Truthfully, there is no other way to know, but from what you tell it appears that unlike you, he is not recognizing he did anything incorrect. With the exception of some situations, like yours, where the transgression is promptly admitted, I don't assume settlement is a good concept, but if you decide to forgive, you have to genuinely forgive, you cannot keep bringing it up. I comprehend that some individuals intend to place it behind them yet simply cannot. But if that is the case, they should simply finish the partnership when they learn they can't proceed from the betrayal. This is something else he does not appear to be able to take care of. Those two things, attempting to conceal his flirting with other women through messaging and claiming he forgives however still using it versus you, appear to offer you negative chances at repairing the marriage. Hope you two reach whatever end result island best for you. By the way, somebody who understands you are wed and tries to hop on your trousers is not a good friend. If you want an opportunity of success, you will require to convince him to visit marital relationship counseling or any other form of treatment, or at least admit what he did wrong. I am not insistent on him admitting that he did something wrong, so you can both state, we are both negative, let's forget it, yet due to the fact that you both need to deal with what you did wrong that wound up hurting the other one. One disobedience does not neutralize another one. Revenge can't be the foundation of a marriage relationship. If your partner cheats, you either leave or you stay and forgive, thinking the cheating is not still taking place. Being still with each other yet reliving the unfaithful frequently offers no function, it's simply keeping open an injury. I see a great deal of people attacking you below, all I have to go off of is what you created. I do not assume your marital relationship is salvageable in all now. It was hazardous before you didn't sleep with that man outside. You both are at fault and I'm quite sure your partner is ripping off on you now. IDK if it's physical or totally online, yet you understand what he's making with those nudes as well as those girls. He ruined as well as neither of you are doing the job that requires to be done to actually save this marriage. I would separate and afterwards obtain right into treatment. I believe y'all demand to divide once again for some time as well as service yourselves, as people and as a pair. Whether it's with treatment or just a long time apart, period. You two need to figure yourselves out as well as what you want. You likewise require to service interacting with each other. Seriously, because there seems to be a major breakdown or dysfunction in exactly how you communicate to every various other. Since y'all do not appear to be on the exact same webpage, psychologically. I sense your hubby isn't over what you did. As well as maybe warranting his habits in his mind since you ripped off first. In order to work on your marriage you both need to want to make it work and also you both need to be 100% sincere. It sounds like you do not trust him as well as possibly for a good factor. If he's mosting likely to remain to exist there's no hope in saving. Perhaps attempt pairs counseling? Seems like your first extramarital relations made it appear alright for him to pass through in sloppy waters in his mind. Another tale. Love him yet assuming I need to go. I could actually use some recommendations. My very early 30s fiance, mid-30s man, as well as I have been together for 6 years. We've had some ups as well as downs along the road. We typically hit it off, as well as I do think he loves me in his own means. He is a notoriously slow-moving mover in partnerships as well as a late bloomer. A great deal of it seems to be from difficulty dealing with being around somebody for that quantity of time every day and also a particular rigidity in his thinking, need for structure. About 3 years earlier, we moved cities. We were cohabiting at the time and I told him I really did not want to relocate together again if we weren't engaged. Not that we would certainly break up, just that I intended to have some self-reliance if that had not been in the cards. He proposed. I have not pushed the wedding event in part due to the fact that I do not actually intend to occupy that duty. However, that suggests we have actually made zero strategies. To make issues worse, he headed out to a bar regarding a year back and also met a lady while I was out of town. She is married. They evidently spoke for hours and kissed. He then attempted to set up another meeting, and she overlooked him. When I returned, he was far off which resulted in a fight. He after that set up an account on a disloyalty website. Every one of this was unknown to me. All I understood is that we really did not speak for a week despite cohabiting and also he rejected my attempts to discuss points. I repent however I sleuthed and that's just how I located all of the above information out. I left however he pursued me. We started treatment, however after concerning 3 months he decided he didn't intend to do it anymore. There's an entire other story there. The unfaithful occurrence was almost a year back, and also I just wonder if I'm ever going to have a stable family life with him. I want kids however he is relocating at a snail's rate. He contends he wants a household with me. Yet whatever that has occurred has actually made me question whatever, and he, certainly, while saying he desires a household with me, hasn't made relocate to have that occur. He likewise has some problems with obtaining upset conveniently and also stating things in anger, once more linked I believe to his rigidness. It seems unreasonable, yet I look after him. I have a behavior of often thinking the yard is greener beyond, as well as I'm not sure if I'm unfairly concentrated on the downsides of this relationship. TLDR. I'm hitting a time in my life where I want to start a family, and also my fiancé appears to have issues with dedication and add-on. Below are the most effective comments, advices that I gathered for this fantastic story. Men aren't reduce movers if they actually desire you. I'm no claiming this to injure you, but it appears you aren't suitable anymore. Individual's modification, and if you want household, it's time to head out and fulfill a person who wants you and family members with you. This man is not it. You can like someone yet no connection has actually run its program. It's often much easier to remain in okayish relationship instead of go see what is available, but also for us women clock is not kind when wanting youngsters. Don't throw away one more 5 or 2 years waiting. All the best. He says he desires it due to the fact that he recognizes you'll leave. If he was sincere, that it will never ever happen. He likes what you have now and does not want you to leave, however additionally doesn't wish to relocate forwards. He's honestly most likely not even all that pleased in the connection. If he were, he would not be ripping off and also dragging his feet regarding dedicating. Yet people are always actually frightened to shed what they have and be alone, even if what they have isn't that excellent. He's comfortable in an adequate, I presume, connection and also does not intend to lose it, so he informs you what you wish to hear, yet he's not excited sufficient about you to really progress things because deep down he understands you're not the ideal one for each and every other. I will certainly never understand trying to resolve with a cheater you aren't wed to or don't have an enormous background and household with. Leave him currently. If he intended to truly be with you and also start a household, it would certainly have happened. He had no slowdown issues with his dishonesty and cheater accounts. You are worthy of much better. Follow your intuition. If you believe you have to go, I despise to claim it, yet you recognize what you need to do. You can like somebody but still know the partnership is not your end all be all happy end. You are worthy of a bond in which you do not have to snoop, you trust them wholeheartedly and you will not need to second hunch your love. Best of luck. You like the man you desperately desire him to be, but I believe he has actually shown you the actual him. The one that can rip off on you behind your back and lie ideal to your confront with little to no qualms about it. That's the actual him. Oh, but he can transform. Famous last words. Are you ready to lose 6 more years wishing he changes? Thank you for enjoying. Let me know what you assume in the comments listed below. Bear in mind to subscribe and strike the alert